Hello, you're welcome to my Simple Maths YouTube channel. Okay, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do that. And not just that, remember to click on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we have a new video. Also like and share our videos so that others can see what we do. Alright, so today we're looking at common entrance practice question. This is the series 10. If you're yet to see series 1 to 9, you can always check that up on our YouTube channel. Is that okay? Alright, so question 1 says add 3015.74 and 880. Okay, so in addition of decimal number, we have to be sure that we are arranging it properly. 3015.74, 880. Okay, I'm putting this 00 just to avoid mistake. So make sure that your decimal points are directly under each other. That way you're sure that you've arranged it properly. Alright, let's do our addition. 4 plus 0 would give you 4. 7 plus 0 will give you 7. 5 plus 0 will give you 5. 1 plus 8 will give you 9. 0 plus 8 will give you 8. And then 3 plus 0 will give you 3. So the addition of 3015.74 and 880 is 3895.74. Is that taken? Correct. Question 2. 2 meters 40 centimeter minus 5 centimeter. Okay, I have a column for my meter, I have another column for my centimeter. 2 meter 40 centimeter minus 5 centimeter. Okay, so if I say 0 minus 5, that's not possible, so I'm going to borrow 1 from this 4, bring it here to give me 10. And then I'll say 10 minus 5, that will give me 5. Remember, I'm left with 3 here. 3 minus 0, 3. 2 minus 0, 2. And that means my answer is 2 meters 35 centimeter. Is that okay? Correct. Question 3 says 2.32 minus 0.04. Okay, remember arrangement is key. 2.32, 0.04. Now when I say 2 minus 4, that is not possible, so I have to borrow 1 from here, bring it here. That will give me 12. 12 minus 4 would give me 8. I'm left with 2 here. 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. And that gives me 2.28. Is that okay? Alright, question 4. 14.2 plus 1.53 plus 0.628. So remember the arrangement is key. 14.2, 1.53, 0.628. I'm trying to make sure that my decimal points are aligned. Do you understand? You might also want to use the place value. Say okay, units, cents, tenths, and then arrange it according to the place value. Okay, once you're sure your arrangement is correct, then you start adding. There's no number here, so it's as good as saying 0 plus 0 plus 8, and that will give me 8. 3 plus 2, that will give me 5. 2 plus 5, 7, isn't it? Then 7 plus 6, that would give me 13. I'm going to write my 3, and then I'll bring 1 here. That 1 added to 4 will give me 5. 5 plus 1 is 6, so I'm going to write my 6 here, and then 1 plus 0, that will give me 1, and then my answer is 16.358. Is that okay? Correct. Question 5 says 7.002 minus 3.5. Remember, arrangement is key. 7.002, and then I have 3.5. Okay, so it is like saying 2 minus 0, that will give me 2. 0 minus 0, that will give me 0. Okay, 0 minus 5, it's not possible. I'm going to take 1 from here, put it here. 10 minus 5, that will give me 5. I'm left with 6. 6 minus 3, that will give me 3. So 3.502 is the answer. Is that okay? Alright, let's move to question 6. Correct 14.486 to 2 decimal places. Okay, so where is the decimal? This is the decimal number. 2 places after the decimal, 1, 2. Okay, the number after this is 6, so that means it's more than 5. I can round off. I'll just add 1 to this, it becomes 49. So 14.49 to 2 decimal places. Is that okay? Alright, question 7. 1005 minus 789. Okay, 1005 789. 5 minus 9, that's not possible, isn't it? So I'll have to borrow 1. This is 0 0. I have to come here and borrow. When I borrow 1 from here, put it here, it becomes 10. I'll take 1 from here, put it here, this becomes 9. This is now 10. I'll still take 1 from here, this becomes 15. This is 9. So take note, this is 9, this is 9, and this is 15. 15 minus 9, that will give me 6. 9 minus 8, that will give me 1. 9 minus 7, that will give me 2. And then here I'm left with 0. So 216 is the answer. Is that taken? Correct. Alright, I have changed 0.005 to percentage. That is 0.005. I'm changing 0.005 to percentage. Okay, to do that, I'll first of all have to change this to fraction. And by changing it to fraction, that means I want to make this a whole number, isn't it? What will I do to it to make it a whole number? I'll have to move this decimal point 1, 2, 3 places. So I'm going to divide it by the number of times I have to move. So since I'm moving 3 places, to be 1 with 3 zeros, so 5 divided by 1000. Is that taken? So changing this to fraction gives me 5 divided by 1000, and then I'll now multiply it by 100 because I'm changing to percentage. So 5 over 1000 times 100. 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0. I'm left with 5 over 10. 5 over 10 is the same thing as 1 over 2. If I want to change it to decimal, 0.5. Is that taken? Good. Question 9. Find 7 whole number 1 over 2% of 120 kilometer. Okay, let me change this to improper fraction. 2 times 7, 14, plus 1, 15. 15 divided by 2. Okay, so because I'm changing to, this is 7.5%, so 15 over 2 divided by 100. I want to change this division to multiplication. My numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator. So 15 divided by 2 times 1 over 100. Is that taken? Okay, so I can still look at what I can do to divide it further. Okay, this is 2 times 100, 200, isn't it? So if I say 15 divided by 200, 5 can go in 15 3 times, 5 can go in 240 times. So it's now 3 over 40 of 120. 3 over 40 times 120. 40 here 1, 40 in 120 is 3, and then 3 times 3 is 9 kilometers. So 7 whole number 1 over 2% of 120 kilometer is 9 kilometer. Is that taken? Alright, question 10. Complete the fraction. 3 over 5.1 is equals to 1 over your question mark. Okay, so I'll look at it. What do I need to multiply by 3 that will give me 1? If I say 3 times 1 over 3, this 3 will cancel 3, I'll be left with 1. So if 3 times 1 over 3 will give me 1, then I'll multiply this 5.1 by 1 over 3 too to get this question mark. So 5.1 times 1 over 3 is the same thing as saying 5.1 divided by 3, and 5.1 divided by 3 is equals to 1.7. So in place of my question mark, I'm going to have 1.7. So 3 divided by 5.1 is equivalent to 1 divided by 1.7. Is that taken? Very good. Question 11. Reduce 45% to a fraction in its simplest form. 45% is the same thing as saying 45 over 100. So 45 over 100, let's try to reduce it. I can divide both numbers by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So look at 9 over 20. Can I divide this further? No. So this is the simplest form, and this is where I'm going to stop. So 9 over 20 is 45% in a fraction to its simplest form. Is that okay? Alright. Question 12 says, by how much is 1 whole number 2 over 5 greater than 1 whole number 1 over 4? By how much is this greater? So it has been established that this one is actually bigger than this number. So I'll say 1 whole number 2 over 5 minus 1 whole number 1 over 4. Alright, now I'm going to change both numbers to improper fractions. 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. So 7 over 5 minus 4 times 1, 4, plus 1, 5. 5 divided by 4. Okay, now look at this fraction. They have different denominators, so that means I will have to use LCM. For more information on LCM, you can look up on videos about LCM on our YouTube channel. Now the LCM of 5 and 4 is 20. 5 and 20 is 4. 4 times 7, 28. 4 in 20 is 5. 5 times 5, 25. Now 28 minus 25 will give me 3. So that's why I have 3 over 20 here. Do you understand this? Correct. Question 13. Find the greatest number which can divide 14, 21, 28 evenly. Okay, in other words, what they're asking for is the highest common factor. What's the highest common factor of 14, 21 and 28? So to find the HCF of 14, 21, 28, I'm going to write the numbers out and then look at it. One number can divide 7. 7 can go in 14 2 times, 7 can go in 21 3 times, 7 can go in 28 4 times, and then these three numbers, nothing can divide them evenly. So the HCF of 14, 21 and 28 is 7. Is that taken? Very good. Question 14. What is the square of 16? What is the square of 16? It simply means 16 times 16. Okay, so I'm going to use the multiplication method. But those who have challenges with multiplication, you need to look at this carefully. Okay, I have 16. 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to write my 6 and then take 3 to this place. 6 times 1 is 6 plus the 3. That's 9. So I'm going to write my 9 here, 96. And then 1 times 6, 6. Remember, in multiplication, you're not going to write your 6 here, but under the second number. So I have 6. 1 times 6, 6. 1 times 1, 1. And then 6 plus 0, 6. 6 plus 0, I'm going to write it, it's 6. 6 plus 0 is going to give me 6, so I'll write 6. 9 plus 6 will give me 15, so I'll write 5 and bring my 1 here. 1 plus 1, the one I carried now, plus this one is going to give me 2. So 256 is the square of 16. Is that taken? Correct. Question 15. How many days are there in the first 4 months of 1976? Okay, now for me to know whether 1976 is a leap year or not, take note that a year is a leap year if its number is divisible by 4. Therefore, 1976 is a leap year. What that means is if I divide 1976, if I divide it by 4, will it give me a whole number? If it gives me a whole number without a remainder, it means that that year is a leap year. So if you do this, 1976 divided by 4, you see that it's going to give you a whole number. So since I've established that it's a leap year now, I know that for leap years they have 29 days in February. So with that, I can now do the addition of the 4 months. January has 31 days, February has 29 days, March has 31 days, April has 30 days, and so the total will be 31 plus 29 plus 31 plus 30. Okay, if you sum up this 4, you have 121 days. So there are 121 days in the first 4 months of 1976. Is that taken? Good. Alright, question 16 says, in 1972, my father was 80 years old. When was he born? So for me to know, I'm just going to subtract 80 years from 1972. So 1972 minus 80. 2 minus 0, that will give me 2. 7 minus 8, that's not possible, so I'm going to borrow 1 from here. That gives me 17. 17 minus 8, that will give me 9. And then I'm left with 8 here, isn't it? 8 minus 0, 8. 1 minus 0, 1. So 1892, that means he was born in 1892. Is that okay? Correct. Question 17 says you have 12 hours 15 minutes 21 seconds minus 7 hours 35 minutes 30 seconds. Alright, now we need to look at this critically because this has to do with borrowing of number. And you know, this is not like your 100 tens and units where when you borrow one it means one. This we are talking about time. So when I borrow one from minutes, that means I'm borrowing 60 seconds. When I borrow one from hour, that means I'm borrowing 60 minutes. Okay, now let's look at this. 21 minus 30. This number is smaller than this, so it won't be easy to do this subtraction. I have to borrow one from here. But take note, I'm borrowing one from the minutes. That one I'm borrowing from minutes, once it comes to second, it becomes 60 seconds. So what I have is not 1 minute but 60 seconds. So I'm going to say 60 seconds now plus 21 seconds, and that gives me 81 seconds. So now that 81 is what will be here. Now 81 minus 30 seconds will give me 51 seconds, and I'm writing my 51 seconds here. Is that taken? Now remember, I borrowed one from here. I'm left with 14. Now if I say 14 minus 35, that is still not possible. That means I will have to borrow one from here. And now if I borrow one from the hour, when it comes here, it becomes 60 minutes. So I'm adding 60 minutes to the 14 minutes I had there before. So 60 minutes plus 14 minutes will give me 74 minutes. So what I'll have here now is 74 minus 35. 74 minutes minus 35 minutes is going to give me 39 minutes. So I'm going to write my 39 minutes here. Is that taken? Now remember, I borrowed one from here. I'm left with 11 hours minus 7 hours. So I'll do that. 11 hours minus 7 hours will give me 4 hours. So I'm going to have 4 here. Did you take note of that? So that's 4 hours, 39 minutes, 51 seconds. Is that taken? Correct. Alright, question 18 says, if 7 over 10 of a number is 63, find the number. Okay, I don't know that number, so let me just say let the number be R. So 7 over 10 off means multiplication. 7 over 10 times R is 63. 7 times R is 7R. So I have 7R divided by 10 is equals to 63. Now I'm going to cross multiply so that my 7R times 1 will give me 7R, and then my 10 times 63 will give me 630. And then I'll divide both sides by 7. 7R divided by 7 would give me R. 630 divided by 7. Okay, so R is 630 divided by 7. 630 divided by 7 is 90. So my R is 90. Is that okay? Correct. Question 19 says, by selling a video cassette for 14 naira, a storekeeper lost 20%. What was the cost price of the cassettes? Okay, now take note that percentage loss, this is the formula for percentage loss. Loss over cost price times 100. And then the formula for loss is cost price minus selling price, because for me to have a loss, my cost price would have to be greater than my selling price. Now in this formula, percentage loss, we have that's our 20. Loss is cost price minus selling price. I don't know the cost price, so I'm going to use CP to denote that. Why my selling price is 14 naira divided by cost price, I'm still going to use CP times 100, and then I'll cross multiply. 20 times CP will give me 20 CP, and then I open this bracket. 100 times CP, 100 CP minus 100 times 14 naira will give me 4,000 naira. Is that taken? Now I'm going to take my minus 4,000 naira to this side. It's crossing the equality sign. It becomes plus 4,000 naira, and then my 20 CP plus 20 CP is coming here. It becomes minus 20 CP. So 4,000 naira is equal to 100 CP minus 20 CP. 100 CP minus 20 CP is 80 CP. 4,000 naira is equals to 80 CP, and then I'll divide both sides by 80. 80 CP divided by 80, that will give me CP. 4,000 divided by 80, 0 cancel 0. 8 and 40 is 5, and then you have a 0 here, so 50. CP is 50 naira. That's the cost price. Is that okay? Correct. Question 20. A girl has 15.51 naira. She spent 1/3 of it. How much had she left? Okay, first of all, let's find out what 1/3 of 15.51 naira is. And that's 1/3 times 15.51. That's the same thing as saying 15.51 divided by 3. So 3 can go in 15 5 times. 3 here 1, I'm left with 2. 3 in 21 7, so that gives me 5.17 naira. That is 1/3 of this. Now it says she has spent this out of the total money, so that means I will have to subtract 5.17 naira from 15.51 naira. So 15.51 minus 5.17, that will give me 10.34. so she has 10.34 naira left. Is that okay? Correct. Question 21. Increase 2,400 by 10%. So let me start by finding what 10% of 2,400 is. So 10 over 100 times 2,400, 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0. I'm left with 24 and 10. 24 times 10 is 240 naira. So remember it says increase, so that means I'm adding this percentage to the initial amount. 2,400 plus 240, that will give me 2,640. Is that taken? Very good. Question 22. You have to find 1 over 5 of 20.60 naira plus 1 over 4 of 13.20 naira. Okay, so 1 over 5, because I said of, that means times. 1 over 5 times 20.60 naira plus 1 over 4 times 13.20. So this is the same thing as saying 20.60 divided by 5 plus 13.20 divided by 4. Is that taken? So if you do this division correctly, 20.60 divided by 5 will give you 4.12, and then 13.20 divided by 4 will give you 3.30. You might need to pause this video, do your calculation, and then confirm if it's the same thing with mine. Now I'm going to add 4.12 naira plus 3.30 naira, and that will give me 7.42 naira. This is the final answer. Do we understand this? Alright. Question 23 says a worker's salary of 340 naira was cut by 4%. How much did he receive? That means 4% was removed from that worker's salary. Then you tell us what is left. So first of all, let's look at 4% of 340. That is 4 over 100. Remember, percentage has to do with 100. 4 over 100 times 340. Okay, so I will say this 0 cancel this 0. 2 here 2, 2 here 5. 2 times 34 will give me 68, and then divided by the 5 I have left here. So by the time I say 68 divided by 5, I get 13.6. Now I'm going to remove 13.6 from his salary to know how much he received. So 340 naira minus 13.6 naira would give me 326.40 naira. So this was the amount the workers received after the 4% cuts from the salary. Is that okay? Right. Question 24. Divide 36 naira between Ada and Ifeoma. Giving Ifeoma 8 naira more than Ada, what does Ifeoma get? Alright, so let's give the amount that Ada gets a particular alphabet. Let's say Ada gets Y naira. Remember they said Ifeoma gets 8 more than Ada, so that means Ifeoma will get Y plus 8. Now remember that the addition of what Ada gets and what Ifeoma gets should give us 36. So I would say Y, which is the amount Ada gets, plus Y plus 8, which is the amount Ifeoma gets, is equals to 36. Y plus Y is 2Y plus 8 is equals to 36. Alright, I'm moving my plus 8 to this other side. It becomes minus 8. So 2Y is equals to 36 minus 8. 36 minus 8 is 28. So 2Y is equals to 28. And then I divide both sides by 2. 2Y divided by 2 would give me Y. 28 divided by 2 will give me 14. So my Y is 14 naira. Now if Ada gets 14 naira, knowing that Ifeoma gets 8 more than Ada, Ifeoma would get 14 plus 8, and that is 22 naira. Is that taken? Correct. Alright, question 25 says if 1 naira is 4.25 cedis, what is the value of 25 naira in cedis? Okay, naira is the currency of Nigeria, while cedis is the currency in Ghana. So if 1 naira is equals to 4.25 cedis, then 25 naira is equals to, let's call that S cedis. Okay, then I'll cross multiply. 1 times x will give me x, and then 25 times 4.25. okay, so I want to do this now. What I want to do is to make my 4.25 a whole number, to make it easy for me to do my multiplication, and then I change it back to decimal. So 425, that means I'm multiplying this by 100 to get 425. 425 multiplied by 25, 5 times 5 is 25. 5, I'll carry my 2 here. 5 times 2 is 10, plus that 2, that's 12. I'll write my 2 and put 1 here. 5 times 4 is 20, plus that 1, 21. 2 times 5 is 10, 0. I'll put my 1 here. 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1, I have 5, and then 2 times 4 is 8. Then I'll add 5 plus 0, 5. 5 plus 0 will give me 5. 2 plus 0 will give me 2. 1 plus 5 will give me 6, and 2 plus 8 will give me 10. So I have 10625. But don't forget, I multiplied this by 100 to change it to a whole number, so I will still divide this by 100. And if I'm dividing by 100, because 100 have 2 zeros, so I will move my decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2, and that will give me 106.25. so this is the equivalent of 25 naira in cedis. 106.25 cedis. Is that taken? Alright. Okay, so the value of 25 naira is 106.25 cedis. Is that taken? Correct. Alright, with this we've come to the end of this series. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to click on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we have a new video. Like and share our videos so that other people can see what we do. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a nice day. Bye.